think this is session number 23 or 24. So this is in the third unit or the last end of the topics, third unit. Now, GST payment is the amount which is to be payable after setting the input tax credit against the output tax. So whatever you are paid, whatever taxes you are paid, and whatever you taxes collected, difference amount, that is called the GST payment. And if it is output taxes less, input taxes more, you can carry forward to the next month. The payment should be made in the subsequent month. Okay, by 20th of next month. Okay, this month payment you have to make next month. That means May. May should be filed in next month. Okay, 20th of next month. Due date is the 20th for tax payment. So subsequent month, next month, you have to file the tax sheet. And every person, taxable persons, every registered person will have the following e-ledger, electronic ledger through GST portal. So every taxable person will have 3 ledgers compulsory. So first ledger is electronic cash ledger. Next is electronic liability ledger. Next is electronic credit ledger. So a person background, a person transactions, a person tax payment will be displayed in 3 different electronic ledgers here. This is predefined by the CBIC department, Central Board of Indirect Taxes and Customs department. Okay, so whatever the tax you are making payment, how to identify how much tax you have to pay? From input tax subtract output tax, or from output tax subtract input tax. The amount you get is called the tax payment, and you have to pay the tax by the 20th of next month. This month you have to pay 20th of next month, subsequent month. So every person will be having a 3 electronic ledgers, and if you pay the tax, if you deposit the amount, directly it will display in the different ledgers here. We'll discuss what are the 3 electronic ledgers in the GST portal. Now there are 3 electronic ledgers. First is electronic tax liability ledger. Second one is electronic credit ledger. Third one is electronic cash ledger. Ledger, you know that we have a debit column and credit column for every ledger. First ledger is called electronic liability ledger or electronic tax liability ledger. What is debited? Whatever tax liability amount is due to the government, including interest, penalty, and demands, that amount is debited in the debit column in electronic tax liability ledger. What is credited? Whatever the payment made by the SSC, or whatever the payment made by the taxpayer, or whatever the payment made by the registered dealer will be entered in credit column of electronic tax liability ledger. Okay, you will find the total amount of tax due to the government, including interest, penalty, and demands in debit column, and credit column you will find the payment made by the dealer or payment made by the taxpayer or payment made by the SSC. Okay. Similarly, in credit ledger, we have debit column and credit column. In debit column, whatever you have to make payment towards output tax. When you're selling the goods, you have to pay output tax. You collect from the party or customer or supplier, then you have to pay to the tax to the government as output tax. when you buy the product from other suppliers, that's called input tax. So in debit column, you will find the payment made towards output tax. And what if I credit column? The whatever you paid input tax, that is called ITC, will be entered in credit column. So whatever the amount paid input tax will be credited in the credit column. 1 second. Ah, sorry. Okay, right. Okay. So whatever amount you paid while buying the goods, that is called input tax. That will be displayed in the credit column. Okay, this input tax will be used for the payment of tax liability in the prescribed manner, or to offset the tax liability in the prescribed manner. Again, repeating once again, whatever you paid output tax, that will be entered in debit column. Whatever you paid input tax, that entered in credit column. The input tax you paid is nothing but input tax credit, ITC, and that is the electronic credit ledger. Now, in electronic cash ledger, in debit column, you paid the tax, you paid actual payment of tax to the government, that be entered in debit column. Okay, and the credit column, the tax amount payable, including tax, penalty, and fees, will be displayed in credit column. Payable, paid is different, payable is different. Debit column, you paid the tax. Credit column, the total amount payable, including tax, penalty, and fees, that be displayed in electronic cash ledger. So these three ledgers are predefined in the GST portal. Taxpayer or a registered dealer did not maintain this. It will be by default. It will be displayed in the three different types of ledgers here. Okay. So one is electronic liability ledger, electronic tax liability ledger, electronic credit ledger, electronic cash ledger. Okay. These are three different types of e-ledgers, electronic ledgers, which will be used by the taxpayer or registered dealer when he transact the towards the other parties. When he sell and purchase the goods, when he makes trading of the goods, so this will be displayed in the GST portal. I'll show you the sample also how it is displayed. Now, next one. This is the sample size of electronic credit ledger. So you have period from 1/11/17 to 30th/11/17. Monthly. This is monthly, not yearly. So you have date here, your reference number, your tax period for October 17. We have opening balance, you have ITC through inputs, that is the input tax paid 18,000, IGST, CGST 7,000, SGST 10,000. Reverse charge, you put the reverse charge tax entered in debit column 18,000. This is the output tax. This is the output tax 18,700, 10,000. This is the format of electronic credit ledger. So display the credit or debit. Integrate IGST, central tax CGST, state tax SGST, cess. Tax and tax is called the cess. Okay, this is the format of electronic credit ledger. It is monthly wise. Now this is the format of electronic liability ledger. We have the select period 17, 18 September. The September month. We have date here, reference number, ledger used for discharging liability, cash or credit, description is given, transaction type is given, debit, credit. So in debit you have 30,000, IGST, CGST 10,000, SGST 10,000. This is the credit column 12,000, 3,000. So this will by default it is shown in this way. You need not prepare the ledgers here. This is by default. Okay. So you will find these three types of e-ledgers. Okay. So what is the purpose of electronic tax liability ledger? What is the purpose of electronic credit ledger? What is the purpose of electronic cash ledger? You should know. Now this is the format of electronic cash ledger. We have period from 15 June to 30th June. This is for 15 days cash ledger. We have the deposit, date of deposit, and then time of deposit, reporting date, reference number, tax period, description. Now in credit column, amount deposited 12,000 for IGST and 3,000 for CGST. Okay, this is the format of electronic cash ledger. Okay, so you are making payments, then you will find in debit column. So he has not made any payments here. So this is the format of the cash ledger, liability ledger, and credit ledger. The repeating once again, in liability ledger, whatever the amount due, total tax due, that is entered in debit column. And whatever the payment made by the assessee or taxpayer or registered dealer or any dealer will be entered in credit column. Similarly, in credit ledger, whatever you made payment towards output tax will be entered in debit column, and whatever you paid towards input tax will be entered in credit column. So that nothing but input tax, nothing but ITC, input tax credit, and that amount can be used for payment of output tax. In cash ledger, whatever you made payment towards tax will be entered in debit column, and whatever the total tax payable, including penalty and fees, will be entered in credit column. These are the three type of e-ledgers they will maintain the GST portal. Okay, so you need not prepare by yourself. The GST portal will by default it will prepare these three ledgers here. Okay, so this is the format of credit ledger, and this is the format of liability ledger and cash ledger. Cash ledger nothing but cash book, similar like cash book. Okay, amount deposited, amount withdrawn. Withdrawn means payment for tax here. Deposit for payment of tax here. Now, what is the timeline for payment of GST? When they have to pay tax payment for regular dealer or registered dealer, they have to pay 20th of every month. That means this month the tax you have to pay next month in June. It is due date is 20th of subsequent month. Okay, succeeding month they can say. Due date is 20th for payment of tax here, payment of GST tax. Now for composition dealer, the due date is 18th of next month or subsequent month or succeeding month. This month you have to pay in June, 18th is the due date for composition dealer. For regular dealer, it is 20th of next month. For non-resident taxpayers, it is 20th of next month, the subsequent month. And for input service distributor, it is 13th of next month. That means succeeding month or subsequent month. And for TDS tax deduction at source, who collect the TDS, they have to pay by 10th of every month, subsequent month. And for TCS tax collection at source, collector, those who collect TCS from the customers or from the traders, they have to pay the tax in next month, 10th of every month. Okay, subsequent month. So this month tax you have to pay 10th month. Next June. So for May, for the May, you have to pay in June. For regular dealers, due date is 20th June. For composition, it is 18th June. For non-resident, it is 20th June. For input service distributor, it is 13th June. For TDS director, is the 10th June. For TCS collector, is the 10th June. So this is the timeline for payment of GST tax for all the different types of dealers here. Now, if you pay late payment of GST, okay, due date is over, you pay late. How much you have to pay? Interest 18% per annum will be charged on the taxpayers who fail to pay tax on or before the due date. Okay, and the amount due you have to pay 18%. Who fails to pay tax on or before the due date, and this penalty interest will change from time to time, and per day, if you don't file before the due date, after due date, per day you have to pay 100 rupees plus apart from interest. Sometimes they'll increase to 500 rupees per day. So imagine how they're very strict with the GST tax payment here. So you'll get a notice showing the figures, second notice, please remit, overdue. Overdue means you are not paid even on the due date. Okay, so this is the, you have to pay interest 18% per annum. They will collect the interest from taxpayers who failed to pay tax on or before the due date. These are due date I mentioned here. These are due date for every different types of dealers here. 20th, 18th, 20th, 13th, 10th, and 10th. 20th common for regular and non-resident tax payable taxpayers. 18th for composition dealer due date. 10th is common for TDS and TCS collector. 13th is for input service distributor. These are due dates. Okay. So if you don't pay before the due date, you have to pay interest of 18% per annum. This is the late payment of GST, where you have to pay interest here. Okay. Now, what are the different modes of payment of tax? You can pay online. This is internet banking, debit or credit card, NEFT, RTGS. What is NEFT? You know. What is RTGS? You know. You should know what is the full form of NEFT and RTGS. You can pay offline in the form of cash, check, or demand trade. This is a different modes of payment of GST tax. Now the cash, there are limit is mentioned. It is taxes below 10,000, then you pay cash. If tax amount is more than 10,000, you have to pay by check or demand draft or internet banking, debit or credit card, or NEFT or RTGS. Now the GSTR1. So GSTR1 is nothing but sales reports. Is it right? How to export sales report to GSTR portal. Now GSTR1 is to be submitted by taxable person whose turnover exceeds 20 lakhs in a year. In Telangana, it is 20 lakhs turnover sales. If you see other states, 40 lakhs here. Okay, so they have to submit GSTR1. They have to file the GSTR1 returns, and these returns has to be submitted every month. Okay, and what it shows the details of all the outward supplies, sales of B2B invoices. B2B means business to business, B2C means business to customers. Now we have small invoices, large invoices. Okay, that also include debit and credit notes, purchase returns and sales returns. Okay, it includes exports, it includes nil rated invoices and advances received. This is the GSTR return you have to file. And now what is the due date you have to file? By the 10th of every month. This month you have to file. Last month return you file this month 10th of May. Due date for GSTR1 is 10th of May. Okay. Now how to upload the GSTR1 in the GSTR portal. Now you have to prepare GSTR1. You have to prepare the return. The software should prepare the return. How to view GSTR1 from Gateway of Tally? Select statutory reports. Go to GSTR1. Or you can say from GSTR from Gateway of Tally display. Select statutory reports. Go for GSTR1. So what do you have to pay? Display. So display, it should be display, right? Gateway of Tally, display. It should be display, then statutory reports, then go for GSTR1. Now you have to see that any mismatch is there. So there should be no incomplete or mismatch in information to be resolved. When there is such mismatch, you have to resolve the mismatch. I explained you in the last class how to resolve the mismatch here. Now, so press Alt plus V for table view. the GSTR will appear in the required table view. This will do in the Tally software now. I'll demonstrate you how to view the table format here. Now, next one, last slide. Suppose you want to have e-return, press Ctrl plus C for getting e-return. And fill the required details in the above screen and enter to access the screen. Then you get an Excel sheet to be exported that appears. Then the Excel then create JSON file that will be uploaded to GST portal. Now click Alt plus N for HSN SSC summary to see the summary of HSN SSC code of various stock items here. Now I'll show you after this how to browse, how to find HSN code for different stock items here. You can browse this easily in Google. I'll display the Tally software. So we use this for table view. So this is Tally software. This is Tally software. So how to go to reports here? How to go to GSTR 1 and 2? Press D. D means display. Press O. O means statutory reports. Press O. Press G. This is the different types of reports here. 1, 2, and 3B. One is for sales reports. One is for sales reports. Now this is a normal view you will find. Now in this GSTR 1, when you speak of GSTR 1, now if you press the downward arrow key, you have the incomplete mismatch information that you have to resolve it. If you don't resolve it, that will not be uploaded to the GSTR portal. Okay, you have to resolve. What is that means there is some error in that. While filing GSTR 1 return, there is some error. What is error? So click on downward arrow key, click on this incomplete mismatch information, please press the enter key, again press enter key, again press enter key. What is the error you found? The error is you have not entered the GSTR number, goods and service tax identification number. So you have to enter the number. So I'll bring the number here. So I have the number. So if you enter the number, it will be resolved. I have the sample number of some other firm. And enter the number here. 36 double A D F B 5688 G 2Z8. This is GST number of Telangana state. Press enter key. Accept yes or no. Press Y. Oh, so we enter the GST number. So go to press escape. Go to GSTR 1 again. Now if you see there is no mismatch. It is showing 0. So this is how to resolve the mismatch. You should not any mismatch in the GSTR 1 report. Okay. Now, what is asking here is asking how to view in the table view. So, just a view summary we find in table format. View summary. This is the table format here. We made only sales. We did not purchase anything. We show only sales table view. That all table view. Taxable, tax amount. Add these two, we'll get invoice amount. Okay, so taxable value, tax amount is not included. If you include tax amount and taxable value, you get invoice value. This is a sales report. This is in the form of table view. Okay. Now, if you see the PPT, a shortcut key to view this. Now, this is saying, or you can say Alt plus V for table view. GSTR1 appears in the required table view. This is over. That's in table view. Now asking to control plus E for getting E return. Now we press control plus E. So now where is that? Yeah. So go to view return format, original format. Now control plus E. So he's asking company GST number is not provided, enter the GST number. So you have to enter the GST number of your company. So here it is not given. So I'll enter the GST number. 36 triple A CC 1206 D 2ZG. This is the company GST number. Month. Okay, control percent. Now it will ask you Excel or JSON file. No, I don't think so. We have JSON file in my system, so I'll go for the Excel only. So enter Excel, enter. Yes. So you will get the report in the Excel format. You get the report in Excel format. Now, Excel sheet is open. So you have different summary of documents. Down, if you see the buttons here, help instructions is given. Click on help instructions. These are the instructions you have to follow while exporting Excel sheets. Now next you have clicking on B2B, business to business. How much sales you have made. This is the total sales you have made for each product here. The taxable value or tax is not there. Taxable value means tax is excluded. Now B2C, business to customer, what is the sales made? Nothing is there, business to customer. Next is B2C, small invoices, no small invoices. Then any refund is there, reward charge is there, nothing is there. Now we have voucher is there, refund voucher, nothing is there. Then exports, have you exported your products? No, nothing is shown here. Then next, summary advance receipt, have you received in advance? No, nothing is shown there. Any advance adjusted, nothing is shown there in this Excel sheet. Any related supplies you made? You made any exempted supplies? You made any non-GST supplies? No, nothing. Okay, nothing is there. Nothing is there. This is the HSN code, harmonized system number. This is a code, dummy code you entered, but it should match with the actual code. Dummy code it is. There are different HSN code for different products here. Given total value, taxable value, CGST tax, SGST tax amount. Now documents, nature of documents, there is no documents issued during the tax period. Okay, so you can export this, if it is correct, you can export this as Excel to GST portal here. Okay. Now suppose you want to export the GST portal. So export this, export GSTR1. Click on the export GSTR1. Click on this. So we select JSON data, is it there or not? Yes. If you say yes, it will save you in the local disk. So that is not required for us. Suppose you want to import that. This is not required for us. Now, from the Tally software, from reports, suppose you want to click on open GST portal. It will take a GST portal. Click on this. Click on the GST portal. It will take you that website. Yeah, that website, goods and service tax, that is gst.gov.in. You have to type a username and password. Okay, log in. you have to file the GSTR1 report here. Okay. So I think this is not the correct username or password. So this is the way how to export your GSTR return here. Okay. You can see the HSN code.